we sent out a message to all lawbreakers. In Junction City, you will respect the law, or you will learn to fear it.
Aye.
I guess these boys are just slow learners, huh?
3 cheers for Marshal Kurtz. Hip, hip! Hooray! Hip, hip! Hooray! Hip, hip! Hooray!
Interesting facts about famous people.
Less known, underrated Western actors. You may not have noticed these guys, the underrated, lesser-known actors that support and add colour and character to all Westerns, the hard-working backbone of the industry. Let's shine a little light on them today. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel as well. I appreciate it. Let's get into it. Michael Emmett Walsh, wonderfully talented, heavy-set character actor from New York, but regularly playing Southerners. Walsh has made a solid career of playing corrupt cops, deadly crooks, and zany comic roles since the early 1970s. A critic so admired him that he created the Stanton Walsh rule, which states that no movie featuring either Harry Dean Stanton or Michael Emmett Walsh in a supporting role can be altogether bad. This rule was broken by Wild Wild West 1999, in which Walsh appeared.
I didn't know what to do with them. I was afraid to
stick your finger up the wrong person's ass.
up here in Dallas working on it. And I called him back down there, and I said, "Look, fellas, I can't seem to pull this off. This isn't working." In the 4 or 5 years, she's still in the business. I would say the laugh of the character was all mine. But
well, man.
Jeffrey Lewis, talented and capable character actor with rustic looks, grew up in Rhode Island, but was moved out to California at the age of 10. Probably best known for his half-dozen guest star appearances in Clint Eastwood films, including Bronco Billy, 1980, High Plains Drifter, 1973, Every Which Way But Loose, 1978, and more.
Did you know that more people die from black widows and rattlers every year?
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, listen, I sure do appreciate knowing that, because most of the people I know just step on them and squish them.
I don't need
I think we better get out of here.
Harry Dean Stanton, born in West Irvine, Kentucky. He has appeared in 5 films that have been selected for the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. How the West Was Won, 1962, Cool Hand Luke, 1967, Two-Lane Blacktop, 1971, The Godfather Part 2, 1974, and Alien, 1979.
Slow target. We're hauling ammunition for the big battleships.
Anthony Zerb, from Long Beach, California, character actor Anthony Zerb, has kept busy in Hollywood since the late 1960s, often playing villainous or untrustworthy characters. With his narrow gaze and unsettling smirk, he made his film debut as Dutchie, one of Charlton Heston's fellow cowhands in the western Will Penny, 1967, played a miner in the Molly Maguires, 1970, hustled a naive Paul Newman in The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, 1972, and a former lawman gone bad in Rooster Cogburn, 1975. Anthony James, from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Creepy tall, 6 foot 6.5 inch and lanky, with a rough, pockmarked face, a lean stringy build, greasy dark hair, and an intense screen presence. often cast in westerns as really scary and disgusting villains, especially memorable as the hateful racist diner counterman in the outstanding In the Heat of the Night 1967. Other noteworthy parts include a slimy gay hitchhiker in the cult classic Vanishing Point 1971, a wimpy priest in the Culpeper Cattle Company 1972, a scuzzy outlaw in High Plains Drifter 1973. Ned Bates, stocky, genial-looking supporting actor Ned Bates, was once hailed by Daily Variety as the busiest actor in Hollywood. Ned Thomas Beatty was born in Louisville, Kentucky. He grew up fishing and working on farms. How did he get into show business? By hanging out with the wrong crowd. That crowd included some of the industry's most prominent names, such as John Huston, Steven Spielberg, Robert Altman, Paul Newman, Richard Burton, Charlton Heston, Marlon Brando, and Robert Redford. Stra the Martin, a character actor who achieved considerable fame in the last decade of his life, a native of Kokomo, Indiana. Bit parts came his way, leading to television work with Sam Peckinpah, which led to a lifetime relationship. He found memorable roles for John Ford, and by the 1960s was a familiar face in movies. With Cool Hand Luke, 1967, then came acclaim and a place among the busiest character actors in Hollywood. He worked steadily and in substantial roles throughout the 1970s and seemed at the peak of his career when he died suddenly of a heart attack in 1980. Pat Engle, born in Miami, Florida, Engle moved to New York and began to get jobs on the stage and on TV. Engle had been offered the title role of the 1960 film Elmer Gantry, but he lost it to Burt Lancaster because of injuries. Engle's first film role was as bartender Jock in On the Waterfront, 1954. Later in his career, he was known for playing judges, police officers, and other authority figures. Another notable role was as the father of Warren Beatty's character in Splendor in the Grass, 1961. Engle portrayed the father of Sally Field's title character, Norma Ray, 1979. He also played manager Colonel Tom Parker in John Carpenter's TV movie Elvis, 1979. Engle also played Commissioner Gordon in the Batman movies. Albert Salmi, born in Brooklyn, New York. Salmi came to enjoy film work and actively sought out parts in westerns. He became a familiar presence, especially on TV, where he guest starred in many of the westerns and other series of the 1960s and 1970s. In 1967, he was presented with the Western Heritage Wrangler Award from the National Cowboy Hall of Fame for his role in the Gunsmoke 1955 episode entitled Death Watch. This bronze cowboy on horseback became his most cherished award. Salmi demonstrated his versatility. However, as years went on, tall, brawny, and sometimes quite intimidating, he was often cast as the bad guy or the authority figure. Tracy Walter, born in New Jersey, known for his portrayal of sidekicks and henchmen, such as Bob the Goon in Batman, Cookie in City Slickers, and Malik in Conan the Destroyer. Walter acted in 6 Jonathan Demme films: Something Wild, Married to the Mob, The Silence of the Lambs, Philadelphia, Beloved, and The Manchurian Candidate. He acted with and was directed by Jack Nicholson in The Two Jakes, 1990. He and Nicholson have appeared in 9 films together, beginning with Going South in 1978. John Quaade, born in Kansas City, Kansas. Quaade moved to California in 1964 and made his television debut in 1968 on an episode of Bonanza. He acted in his first movie in 1972 with his strong, stocky build, distinctive rough face, drawling accent, squinty eyes, and often aggressive and intimidating screen presence, John was frequently cast as either mean, nasty heavies, or hostile redneck law enforcers. Quaade was probably best known as Cholla, the bumbling leader of the inept biker gang, the Black Widows, in the Clint Eastwood comedy vehicles Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can. He had previously acted alongside Eastwood as despicable villains in the westerns High Plains Drifter and the outlaw Josie Wales.
You're just gonna sit there all day, you're gonna run out and see what he wants.
R.G. Armstrong. In 1958, R.G. took the plunge to Hollywood. He appeared in 2 movies, a television series, and did numerous guest appearances on television series that year, usually in westerns, such as The Rifleman, 1958, Have Gun Will Travel, 1957, and Zane Grey Theatre, 1956, among others. He would go on to appear in 80 movies and 3 television series in his career, and guest starred in 90 television series, many of them westerns, often as a tough sheriff or a rugged land baron.
All it turns out I rode right down in there after him.
Your brother paid for his mistake. How are you going to pay for yours?
I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.